We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Nicole Byer, helping you make those rooms flyer. Today's style tip, when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild! Like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Ooh, fierce! This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
It's kind of wild, isn't it? Thinking that someone, just making videos can pull in the kind of numbers we see with these top YouTube creators.
It really is.
I mean, PewDiePie, over 110 million subscribers. That's more than the population of some pretty big countries.
Yeah, it's staggering.
And then you see channels like Kids Diana Show apparently bringing in like $700,000 a month just from kids watching her play with toys.
Mm-hmm. It definitely makes you wonder.
It really opens up this whole world of influence and potential income. And you might be sitting there thinking, how? How does that even happen? Which is exactly what we're diving into today.
Exactly. And for this deep dive, we're using the guide Master YouTube Influence as our main source here. Think of it as us kind of sifting through all that info to give you the core idea, the understanding of how someone actually becomes a YouTube influencer and what it takes to make that influence count.
It's about the whole journey, really.
Yeah, from those first ideas to maybe, potentially, building a real online presence.
And this guide, it really seems to lay out the whole thing, doesn't it? From figuring out what you even want to do on YouTube all the way to actually, making money from it.
It covers the spectrum.
So whether you've maybe just thought about starting a channel or you're just fascinated by how these creators get such huge audiences, or maybe you're in marketing, trying to figure out this whole influencer thing. This deep dive should give you some really valuable insights. We're going to try and keep it clear, straightforward.
Definitely. No need to get lost in super technical jargon.
Exactly.
So our mission today is pretty simple, really. We want to pull out the most important bits from Master YouTube Influence.
The key takeaways.
Right. So you, listening, can get a clear grasp of the essential steps, the main things to consider if you want to become a YouTube influencer, and, importantly, use that influence effectively.
Yeah, let's demystify it a bit. Show what really matters.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the guide kicks things off by looking at some of the heavy hitters on YouTube. It's almost easy to just dismiss those huge numbers, the subscribers, the earnings.
Right, like they're just outliers.
Yeah, anomalies. But the guide actually confirms, nope, these top creators are generating significant income. Lots of ways, apparently. But that makes you wonder, what's the secret sauce? What's the magic?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, maybe multi-million in some cases.
Yeah, probably.
If you look at someone like PewDiePie, 110 million plus subs, thousands of videos, mostly gaming.
Yeah.
It just highlights the power of, consistency.
Just showing up again and again.
Exactly. Consistent content in a specific area.
Yeah.
His longevity, especially in gaming, which changes so fast.
Right.
It really underlines that sustained engagement, constantly giving the audience what they came for. That can be more powerful for long-term success than just a few viral hits.
Makes sense. And the money. The $3 million estimate for 2021.
Yeah, the guide mentions that, though it suggests it might even be on the low side, but it shows the kind of financial potential you can build up over time. It's substantial.
Okay, but then you've got this whole other world, the kids' entertainment side. Kids Diana Show, over 90 million subs, reportedly that $700K a month figure from unboxing toys and adventures. It almost seems too simple. Is it really that straightforward?
Well, the incredible popularity of channels like Kids Diana Show and others that popped up fast, like Nastya, Vlad, and Nikki.
Right, I've seen those.
It just really highlights the huge demand for accessible entertainment, especially for younger kids. It kind of suggests that sometimes, relatability and simplicity, they can be incredibly powerful.
So it's not always about, Hollywood production values.
Not necessarily, no.
Right.
That doesn't always seem to be the main driver for viewership in those niches.
Okay, so stepping back, looking at these top influencers,
Mm-hmm.
the big takeaway isn't just the huge subscriber counts.
No.
It's that they've tapped into something. Something that resonates with a massive audience in their specific niche.
Yeah.
But, and this is important, the guide makes it super clear. This doesn't just happen.
Absolutely not.
It takes a lot of dedication. You got to put in the work consistently.
Yep, that's the recurring theme. And if we connect that to the bigger picture, the guide really emphasizes how the rise of these YouTubers has just fundamentally changed online marketing.
How so?
Well, businesses now really get it. They see these creators have a direct line, a connection to really engaged audiences.
Right.
So they're investing serious money in collaborations, product shout-outs, sponsorships, that kind of thing. It's a shift away from, traditional ads towards something more trusted, potentially, yeah. And it's not just YouTube, is it? The guide points out this whole influencer thing is happening across other platforms, too.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere.
It shows how widespread this way of connecting has become.
Okay, so for you listening right now, if you're maybe thinking about dipping a toe into this world, the guide says the absolute first step is setting a goal. But not just any goal. It needs to be clear, challenging, and inspiring.
Yeah, that inspiring part is key. It's not just, I want to get views.
Right. It's defining what you actually want to achieve with the channel. That goal then shapes your content, helps you figure out who you're trying to reach.
And then got the goal.
Then you need a plan. The guide stresses this. Even if it's not perfect right at the start, you need a plan with actual, daily actions you can take.
Moving from just thinking about it to actually doing something.
Exactly. Idea to action.
Okay, practicalities. Creating the channel itself. That's next. Start simple, right? A Google account.
Yeah, most people have a Gmail, so that's usually covered. Free account. Then comes a really big one. The channel name.
Ooh, yeah, that feels important.
The guide suggests really thinking about it. Make it memorable, relevant to your content, easy for people to find and recall.
So how do you pick one? What are the strategies?
Well, the guide mentions a couple of approaches. One is to make it really clear what your niche is. Maybe use keywords people search for.
Ah, smart.
They even mention using Google Keyword Planner to research those terms. Find out what people are actually typing into search.
Okay.
Or the other way is to create more of a brand name. Could be your own name, an alias, maybe even initials or abbreviations like MKBHD for Marquise Brownlee.
Right, the tech reviewer.
Yeah. Whichever way you go, the key is memorability. You want it to stick.
Makes sense. And tied closely to the name, I guess, is the niche itself.
Absolutely crucial, according to the guide.
Right.
Choosing that specific niche. They really emphasize picking something you're genuinely passionate about.
Yeah, you got to enjoy it if you're going to stick with it.
For sure. Tech, travel, cooking, gaming, whatever it is. But, and this is a big thought, but it also needs to be something people on YouTube are actually interested in watching.
Right. Passion meets demand.
Pretty much. And the advice is start focused. Really zero in on one core niche initially.
You can branch out later, maybe.
Yeah, they say you can potentially expand later, but first, establish yourself. Be the go-to for that one thing. And here's where it gets really practical, maybe a bit businesslike.
Okay.
The guide raises some key questions to ask when picking that niche. Like, is there actually money being spent in this area? By advertisers or by people buying products?
Ah, the monetization angle early on.
Yeah. Are there opportunities down the road for sponsorships? Or that thing called affiliate marketing?
That's really important to consider up front. It's not just about interest, it's about potential sustainability, viability.
Exactly. And then the guide moves on to something that feels maybe a bit less tangible, but they say it's often overlooked. Defining your voice.
Your unique voice as a creator. Okay, tell me more.
It's not just what you talk about, but how you talk about it. How you present yourself, connect with people.
Right.
The guide stresses making videos that really grab viewers, makes them want to watch this video, but also hit subscribe for more.
So how do you figure that out? Your voice.
Well, they suggest creating a sort of profile, a mental picture of your ideal subscriber.
Okay, like a target audience persona.
Exactly. Think about their age, their interests, maybe what problems they have that your videos could help solve. That helps you tailor how you communicate.
And what's the core advice on voice?
Authenticity. Big time. The guide really hammers this home. Be yourself. Let your real personality shine through.
Don't try to be someone you're not.
Exactly. They say your genuine passion for the niche will naturally attract the right people. No pretense.
I like that. Okay, so channel idea, niche, voice, check, check, check. Now actually making the videos.
Right. And the guide mentions getting comfortable on camera. It's important for building that, what do they call it, KLT factor.
Like, and trust, yeah.
No, like, and trust.
Yeah.
People connect with creators they feel they, well, know and trust.
Makes sense. So what kind of videos work well?
How-to videos get a big mention. Super popular. You share your expertise, help people solve problems.
Useful content.
Definitely. Product reviews are another big one they highlight, discussing pros and cons. And that's where, affiliate marketing can potentially fit in later.
Right, recommending products you review.
Yeah. But the key emphasis is always on providing value. Don't just be constantly selling.
Show, don't just tell or sell.
Exactly. And make it entertaining if you can. They also point out that niches change, right? So covering new developments, updates, that keeps your content fresh.
Good tip. What about competition? If lots of people are doing similar stuff.
The guide says that's actually a good sign. It means there's demand. There's an audience.
Okay, so don't be scared off by it.
No. The key is to find your own angle, put your personal spin on it, differentiate yourself.
Got it. Now, staying organized.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why MyLowe's Rewards members get a free paint or exterior stain sample to test your look and find the perfect color to confidently refresh your space. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid in-store only 6/19 through 6/25. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Content schedule.
Yep. Highly recommended by the guide. It helps you stay focused, stops you from hitting that, what do I make a video about? Wall.
We've all been there.
Totally. They suggest brainstorming, maybe even looking at what other creators in your niche are doing, but not to copy.
Right, for inspiration.
Yeah, see what's working. Think about how you could maybe do it better or differently, offer a unique perspective.
And always coming back to
solving audience problems, answering their questions. If you can tap into what people are searching for and give them genuinely helpful, engaging answers, you're on the right track.
Okay, let's talk tech for a second. Making the videos themselves, equipment.
The guide stresses quality. You don't need like a Hollywood movie setup right away. No, but they do say investing in some basic quality gear is important if you're serious. An HD camera, even a good smartphone camera works these days.
Okay, what else?
Audio is huge. A decent external microphone makes a massive difference compared to the built-in mic on a camera or phone.
Right.
And a tripod or some kind of stand, no one likes shaky cam.
True. Editing software, does it have to be fancy?
Nope. The guide mentions free options like Movie Maker for Windows, iMovie for Apple. The point is, you can start without spending a fortune.
Good to know.
And they also suggest searching online. There are probably other good free options out there too. For editing, they recommend using a desktop or laptop, just for the power and bigger screen.
Makes sense. What about screen recording for how-to stuff?
Yeah. For showing your computer screen, they recommend a free tool called OBS Studio. Works on Windows and Mac. Very popular.
Okay, OBS Studio. Got it. And being on camera, any tips there?
Positioning yourself kind of in the center, maybe slightly off, using the rule of thirds, that's a common guideline. And practice.
Just gotta do it.
Yep. And instead of a full script, which can sound really robotic.
Yeah, I hate that.
Right. They advise using just a list of key points, helps you stay natural, more conversational, while still covering everything.
Smart. Okay, now this sounds really important. Video SEO.
Huge.
Yeah.
The guide really drives this home. YouTube isn't just for watching videos. It's the second biggest search engine in the world after Google.
Wow, second biggest. Okay.
So optimizing your videos so people can actually find them through search, absolutely critical. SEO, search engine optimization. Making sure YouTube knows what your video is about.
So it shows it to the right people. Okay, how do we do that?
It starts, like a lot of online stuff, with keyword research.
Finding the words people actually use to search.
Exactly. The guide mentions tools like Google Keyword Planner again.
Yeah.
Figure out what terms people are searching for related to your topic. What's the search volume? How much competition is there?
Okay, got the keywords. Now what?
Use them strategically. Put your most important keyword right in the video title.
Makes sense.
Write a detailed description for your video. Include relevant keywords there too, plus any important links maybe to your website or related resources.
Right.
Use tags. Add relevant tags to your video, again, using those keywords. And don't forget the simple stuff.
Like what?
Remind people. Ask viewers to subscribe, to like the video, leave a comment. All that engagement signals to YouTube that people like your video, which helps its ranking.
Ah, okay. Engagement matters for SEO too.
Definitely. And the visual part in search results. Thumbnails.
Oh yeah, those little preview images.
Super important. The guide stresses creating compelling custom thumbnails. Don't just let YouTube pick a random blurry frame.
Guilty is charged sometimes.
Use free tools like Canva.com, or if you want, you can outsource it on places like Fiverr. Make them stand out, make people want to click.
And consistency helps too, right? So people recognize your stuff.
Exactly. A consistent style across your thumbnails helps build brand recognition.
Okay, great video, optimize catchy thumbnail. Done.
Not quite. However do you post? Consistency again. The guide says it's key for growth.
It's a good rhythm.
Well, a common benchmark they mention is aiming for maybe 2 to 3 new videos per week.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
It is. They suggest working towards that frequency. The main thing is, once you set a schedule, say, every Tuesday, try hard to stick to it.
Because subscribers start to expect it.
Exactly. They anticipate your new content. Plus, having a growing library of videos just signals to the YouTube algorithm that your channel is active, providing value. That helps you get discovered more.
Okay, consistency is king. But uploading isn't the end, right? Promotion.
Right. The guide highlights that successful influencers don't just rely on YouTube finding them. They actively promote their stuff elsewhere.
Like on social media.
Yep. But the key is figuring out where your target audience actually hangs out online.
Do your homework?
Yeah. Do some research. See where other successful channels in your niche are active. Don't spread yourself too thin. Focus on the platforms that matter for your audience.
And what should you post on social? Just new video live?
No, the guide advises going beyond that. Tell the story of your channel. What are your goals? What are you trying to do?
Build community.
Exactly. Ask for feedback, ask for content ideas,
Yeah.
get people involved. It builds that connection.
Okay, makes sense. Now, tracking progress. Analytics.
Super important. The guide talks about diving into YouTube analytics. There's a ton of info there.
Like what? Views, obviously.
Views, watch time, likes, comments, subscriber growth, all that. But it helps you see which videos are really hitting the mark with your audience.
And maybe why they're working.
Exactly. They specifically mention audience retention graphs. These show you minute by minute or even second by second where viewers are dropping off in your videos.
Ooh, that's valuable. You can see where you lost them.
Precisely. Helps you identify boring parts or maybe where you need a better hook. It gives you real data to improve your content. Keep people watching longer.
And comments. Pay attention to those.
Definitely. The guide emphasizes reading them, especially constructive feedback. Respond promptly. Thank people. It shows you value them and fosters more interaction. Continuous improvement based on data and feedback.
Right. Data-driven creativity, almost.
Kinda, yeah. Now, the guide also talks about specific tactics you can use inside YouTube to promote your channel.
Okay, on-platform promotion. Like what?
A channel trailer is a big one.
Yeah.
A short, punchy video that auto-plays when non-subscribers land on your channel page.
Your elevator pitch, basically.
Exactly. Introduce yourself, show your best stuff, tell them why they should subscribe.
Smart. What else? Get more subs.
Little things can help. Adding a subscribe link that appears in the corner of all your videos, using branded watermarks, those little logos you sometimes see. Viewers can click those to subscribe too.
Making it easy.
Yep. And we're back to thumbnails again. Make them enticing. Custom ones are way better than the defaults YouTube grabs. Really work on making them click-worthy.
And titles too, right?
Titles are huge. It's a balance. You need your keywords in there for search.
Right, SEO.
But you also need them to be short, engaging, make people curious. The guides suggest keeping them under about 45 characters so they don't get cut off in search results.
Okay, concise and compelling, not just stuffed with keywords.
Exactly. Make them interesting.
Okay. I think I'm ready for the big one. Monetization. How do you actually make money from this?
Right. The part everyone's interested in. And the guide starts by saying something important. You don't necessarily need millions of subscribers to start earning.
Really? That's encouraging.
Yeah, this idea of being a micro-influencer. It's a real thing. The guide points out that lots of businesses are actually looking for channels with smaller but really loyal and engaged audiences.
Quality over quantity, in a way.
Exactly. That strong connection, the high interaction rate, comments, likes, consistent views that can be super valuable to brands wanting to reach a specific group.
So how do you attract those brands, those sponsors?
Be prepared. The guide recommends tracking your key metrics. Keep a little file ready to share.
What kind of metrics?
Engagement rate, that's a big one. How many people interact per view? Subscriber growth over time.
Yeah.
And demographics. Where are your viewers? How old are they?
Stuff sponsors care about.
Totally. They want to see engagement and they want to see your channels growing. Shows potential.
Should you wait for them to find you?
The guide says no, be proactive. Especially when you're smaller, do some research. Google companies in your niche. Find relevant ones.
And just reach out.
Yeah, contact them. Email works. Introduce your channel, share your stats. Maybe have a simple proposal for a sponsorship or ad. Start with smaller companies, maybe not the giant corporations right away.
Okay, proactive outreach. Got it. What about YouTube's own program? Ads.
Right, YouTube Partner Program. That's a
Yeah.
major route. You need to meet the eligibility criteria. Currently, it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 valid watch hours in the last 12 months.
Okay, gotta hit those milestones first.
Yep. Once you're in, you can allow ads on your videos and earn a share of the revenue from those ads.
Nice. Any other ways?
Affiliate marketing is the other big one the guide discusses.
Yeah, you mentioned that with reviews.
Exactly. You partner with companies, promote their products or services, things relevant to your audience, obviously.
How does it work?
You sign up as an affiliate, they give you special tracking links. You put those links in your video descriptions. If someone clicks your link and buys something,
You get a cut?
you get a commission, yeah. It's a great way to monetize if you're recommending products anyway.
Okay, lots of different avenues there.
Definitely. So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into master YouTube influence, we've really covered a lot of ground, haven't we?
We sure have, from the big picture down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, we started looking at those huge creators, how they've kind of shifted the whole marketing world.
Then we walked through the steps, setting goals, creating the channel, finding that all-important niche, defining your voice.
Right. Then making engaging videos, optimizing them with SEO, thumbnails, titles.
The importance of a content schedule, consistency.
Promoting your channel on social media, tracking your analytics.
Using YouTube's own promotional tools, and finally exploring how to actually make money from it all.
The big underlying message from the guide seems to be, it takes work.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It demands real dedication, consistent effort.
And building that genuine connection with your audience
Right.
seems key.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But as the guide concludes, the potential is there, both for income and for making a real impact.
Yeah. By actually using these techniques, thinking things through, creating content that people value, becoming that trusted voice.
You really can increase your chances of success in this, pretty dynamic world of YouTube influence.
So maybe a final thought for you to chew on. Think about the YouTube channels you watch regularly, the ones you really enjoy.
Okay.
Now, thinking back on everything we've just talked about, can you spot some of the strategies they might be using? The way they structure videos, their thumbnails, how they engage.
Yeah, interesting exercise. Applying this lens to what you consume.
Exactly. And how might understanding all this change how you watch videos? Or maybe even give you some ideas if you've ever thought about creating something yourself.
Food for thought. And definitely check out the original guide, Master YouTube Influence, if you want to go even deeper.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of YouTube influence.
Thanks for listening.